Hey you guys! So today we are looking at these, which are Masters of the Universe, He-Man and all that. And we're going to look at them both today. We're going to be looking at the man himself, He-Man, the Master of the Universe. Obviously these are the redo figures that we're getting. Isn't it great that, like, the toys that we bought 30 years ago when we were kids, we are now buying again? They've really run out of ideas, but who cares? Look at it. It looks so cool. I must admit, I got this from Smith's, and I was stood there and it was like, I'd like gone back in time, because there was Transformers, there was Star Wars figures, there was Marvel Legends, and it was just like, this is Smith's is the nearest, and I'm not paid by them. I'm just promoting them because we need to use these guys so that we can get action figures. The only thing they need to start doing is getting the NECA figures. So if you're listening, Smiths, get the NECA figures. Anyway, yes. So this takes me back to, my childhood. My uncle used to live in Blackpool. We went to visit him regularly. And while we were there, they had these guys on a shelf, and I got He-Man and Skeletor. They were the first two I ever got, and this is before the animated series and things like that, so they were the barbarian guy and the skull guy, and I used to have so much fun. I created my own universe for them, and then of course the animated series came out and changed it a little bit, but yeah. So yeah, this is He-Man, Masters of the Universe. On the back we have the nice artwork that we... Now, does anybody know, is that the same artwork that we had on the original one? I don't think it is. And it is kind of weird because this set does not have... I think Fisto was a later figure. Faker was also a later figure. I'm trying to remember. I should have Googled it. The original ones, I think, were Beastman, He-Man, Skeletor, Beastman, Evil Lyn, Merman, and Man-at-Arms, I think, were the original set. Man-at-Arms, if this video gets enough views, and enough of you say at the bottom, please do some more, I am going to try and get a Man-at-Arms, because Man-at-Arms was one that I never had as a kid. It's strangely enough, I got nearly all of them over the years, but I never had, and I still don't think I have a Man-at-Arms. So, yeah. So we have all the legalese stuff on the back. And that, which is, I thought that was a sticker, but that is actually on there. Empowering the next generation through play. Yeah, this looks cool. These were a big thing for me as a kid, and that face looks so similar. Anyway, let's see. So they have put a little thing under here, look, so that we can do that. There we go. Right, I'm going to try and do it gently, because even my old figures I used to open carefully. There is some instructions. Removable parts. Yes, because these you can pull the arms and things off and rejig them. Which, interesting. Well, over there we have the comic, Sucker Punch. Which has... Yeah, you see, that's clever, because there's no dialogue in it. So they can get away with it being... Yeah. Because the original ones I had... the book with it was in French, and I was always like, oh yeah, interesting story. Right, I'll read that later. So let's get the man himself out here. So backing card on there. I mean, that's amazing that they've used pretty much the same original scale. I seem to think the cards were bigger when I was a kid, but then my hands were probably smaller. So, yeah. Let's get our scissors out, because we have, look at all cable ties and things in here. Wow, these are some strong and sticky cable ties. Oh, there goes his head all the way around. There's some around his feet as well. Boy, he's proper held in here. There we go. One snapped. There we go. Right. Shush them over there. Put his head back straight. tilt this down a bit. There we go. Right, I've got one on these arms as well. Boy, they really put them in there. I spent ages looking because I have a He-Man figure somewhere. All my figures, original ones, are in storage. But I did have one here and I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. I'm trying to think, the original ones' arms were always at kind of that angle. They were never quite straight. So, articulation wise, we have tilt back, tilt forward, tilt either way, and all the way around. Yeah, that is a nice amount of manoeuvrability in the head there, because the original ones were just, and that was it. The arm up, out, there is a nice joint in there, so you're going to get a lot of posability. The elbow only goes to there, but that is because of the muscles, back that way and that way. Wrist also has manoeuvrability in it. Doesn't have the thunder. I used to call it Thunder Punch. I don't know. Was it called the Thunder Punch? It was called Thunder Punch in Arrows. Did have the Thunder Punch. Leg out, which again more articulation than the originals because the original ones didn't have that kind of articulation. So yeah. Knee joints, not a butt kicker. There is also swivel on the ankle there, which we can see, and tilt in the bottom of the feet. So yes, you are going to get him into much more dramatic action poses, than the original ones. Those feet will, yeah. Right, let's have a look at what's in here. Also, it does have the, see, the axe was one of my favourites. Before he was He-Man in the animated series and everything, and we knew who he was, the axe was my favourite weapon for him. I always liked the axe. And sadly, the axe in this doesn't look quite as detailed. The sword is. Now, the sword is better because it's got, yes, I can see it's got two sides. It's all held together. The shield feels a little thinner and not quite, let's just move him out of the way so I don't focus on him, not quite as cool. And not quite as well made either, actually. There's some really rough edges on there. They should have maybe cleaned that up a little bit. Yeah. See? Bits on there. The other one had stickers. That's painted. The card, it was like 2 bits glued together. The axe, it's a shame. It's lost all the detailing on that. There was some detailing, nice detailing, and it feels a lot smaller. But then we have, I have the power, which is all one complete sword. Obviously the one that we had as a kid was one half, and then Skeletor had the other half, and you could stick them together, which I think was some plot thing. I'm sure somebody will tell me what it was. Pixel Dan will know what it was because he's the expert on these. I kind of fancy the book. Has anybody out there got his book? I kind of fancy trying to get it off of Amazon. Right, so like that. That goes on like so, and clips. Like I said, the shield seems a lot smaller. I wish I could have found the one, but is more posable to the front. Oh, look at that. You cannot do the, still cannot do the I have the power thing above the head, which is a shame, but oh, who cares? That looks cool. Yeah. So the arms and legs are supposed to be removable. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh cool. So they have pegs on the inside there and a peg on that side there. So that means you can swap over body parts. I guess the head comes off as well. I'm not going to pull that off. Yeah, well, why not? There we are. There we go. The hair is rubber. The face is plastic. Yeah. Cool. Little groove on the inside of there just to point to the front. yeah, that is a nice figure. Now, you all want to know how these go with the original figures. The only original figure I could find, and he's making a mess down there, was, yeah, so pretty much the same size, pretty much the same scale, because they all had the same bodies, kind of. Like I say, the arms were in that kind of pose. Yeah, scale-wise, not too bad. Yeah. So you will be able to put these with your classic figures, because I know some of these guys, the springs and things go in their legs and things like that. Poor old trunk's been a little bit chewed there by the looks of it, but that's no one from my collection. I picked that up a couple of years ago, a car boot. So yeah. Oh, scale wise, drop the ruler. There we go. So he comes in at, let's stand him reasonably, because you can stand him pretty much straight up. It's about 6 inches. About 6 inches, or around the 15 centimetre-ish mark. Obviously, you are going to stand him more in the classic He-Man pose that we all had him in as a kid. I like this. This is fun. Yeah, and that's what these things should be. And they're reasonably cheap. These are like He-Man and Skeletor were $17.99. The other ones were $14.99. So I think that's a nice price, because that's going to encourage kids to buy these as much as it's going to encourage us big kids to buy them. But yeah, I like it. Definitely, I hate to say this, definitely going to have to pick up some more of these. I don't know which one next. Like I said, there's quite a few. I think I kind of want Merman, because he was a favourite, and this time he's actually got the proper Merman face. I've got Skeletor already. Evil Lyn would be fun, because I'd never had one of those. Do they have the same? Ah, right. So I think that's the Skeletor one. That has more of what the original first set was, because that was a reuse of that body. They were all reuses of the same body, but those two were the same, just different. Yeah. Wow. This is oh, my childhood has all come back to me. So there he is. That is my review of He-Man. Let's have a close-up of that face before we wind this up. Focus, there we go. Yeah. That is nice. I did nearly forget to say that the sword does go in the back there, so you can give him the axe. And that is removable. It's rubber, so it does pop off like so you can swap that out. And it still has the Mattel thing written on the back there, which is pretty cool. Now that is a bit of a pain to pop back on. Has that popped on? Yeah. Yep. Just about. Yeah. There we go. Got that little lip under there. Brilliant. So yeah, this is a definite cool figure. Nice scale, so it's not going to take up too much shelf space. I may have to pick up the Battle Cat now. Damn. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down there. It will be a big help. We have got to... this morning I got up and we were on 4,000. Half an hour later we were on 3,999. So please, 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 please hit the subscribe button down there. Even if you're just a new, just please. It really helps the channel. Yeah. Hope you guys all have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully with Skeletor. Bye now.